Daniel's hand shook slightly as he pulled the crumpled dollar bill from his worn leather wallet. The grocery store lights felt too bright, exposing the tired circles under his eyes and the faded seams on his shirt. He placed the pack of diapers on the counter, glancing down at the stroller beside him where his baby daughter, Lily, slept soundly. Her tiny chest rose and fell with fragile breaths. Her fists curled like promises of a future he wasn't sure he could give. The cashier scanned the item, her smile polite but distracted. "That'll be $9.99. Daniel swallowed hard. He had exactly $1 left. The rest of the money had gone to rent and formula. He'd stood in the aisle for 15 minutes, torn between food and diapers, but Lily's needs always came first. She had to stay dry and healthy. He cleared his throat. Could I just buy one diaper?" The cashier blinked, confused. "One?" "Yeah," Daniel said, voice tight. "Just one. I don't need the whole pack." His ears burned as the line behind him grew restless. He felt the weight of strangers' eyes, judging, pitying, dismissing. He wanted to disappear. "I'm sorry, sir," the cashier said gently. "We can't sell them individually." Daniel's heart sank. He gripped the stroller handle as if it could keep him standing. Lily stirred, letting out a soft whimper. "Shh, baby girl," he whispered, brushing her cheek. He turned back to the cashier. "Look, I've got $1. That's all I've got. Please, is there any way?" A sigh escaped from someone in line. A woman muttered under her breath about people wasting time. Daniel's chest tightened. He hated this. Hated the shame of begging. He thought of leaving, but Lily needed this. And then a voice came from behind him, calm, deep, steady. "I'll take them all." Daniel turned. A tall man in his late 30s stood there, wearing a perfectly tailored suit, his presence commanding yet strangely gentle. His eyes, a piercing gray, held no judgment, only quiet concern. He handed the cashier his credit card. "Put the diapers on this, and add a few packs of formula, too." Daniel froze. "No, I can't. I can't let you—" The man cut him off with a small smile. "Consider it done." The cashier, relieved, quickly rang up the items. Daniel's throat tightened as he stared at the stranger. "Why would you do that? You don't even know me." The man extended his hand. "Ethan Cole, and I don't need to know you to help." Daniel shook his hand reluctantly, feeling the firmness of a grip used to boardrooms and deals. "I'm Daniel. This is Lily." He gestured toward the stroller. Ethan crouched slightly, looking at the baby with a tenderness that surprised Daniel. "She's beautiful." "How old?" 6 months. Daniel's voice cracked. "Her mom, she passed away when she was born. It's just me and her now." Ethan's jaw tightened almost imperceptibly, and something flickered in his eyes. Recognition, perhaps pain. "That's not easy." Daniel laughed bitterly. "Easy? Some days I don't even know if we'll make it. I lost my job 2 months ago, been picking up shifts wherever I can, but no one wants to hire a single dad with no one to watch his kid. So, yeah, it's been rough." Ethan stood slowly, his gaze never leaving Daniel. "You're doing more than most would. Don't sell yourself short." Daniel wanted to protest, to say he was failing every day, but Ethan's tone left no room. The cashier bagged the items and handed them over. Daniel muttered a thank you, embarrassed by the tears stinging his eyes. Ethan walked with him toward the exit. Outside, the winter air bit at their faces. Daniel adjusted Lily's blanket. "Look, I don't know how to repay you. But thank you, really." Ethan studied him for a moment. "You said you can't find steady work because of childcare?" Daniel nodded. "Yeah, daycare costs more than I can make in a day." Ethan was silent for a beat, as if weighing something. "Come by my office tomorrow. I might have something for you." He pulled a business card from his pocket and handed it over. The name gleamed in embossed letters, Ethan Cole, CEO, Cole Enterprises. Daniel's eyes widened. He had heard the name, everyone in the city had. A billionaire known for ruthless deals, often called the lonely king of steel and glass by the press. And here he was helping a broke single dad in a grocery store. "I can't," Daniel whispered. "Why me?" Ethan's expression softened. "Because once a stranger did the same for me. And because I see a man who refuses to give up on his child. That kind of fight deserves a chance." Daniel clutched the card like it was gold. "I'll be there." That night, after Lily was fed and asleep, Daniel sat in the dim light of their small apartment staring at the card. His mind whirled with doubts. What if it was a test? What if he failed? But he remembered Ethan's eyes, the sincerity there. For the first time in months, hope flickered. The next morning, Daniel dressed in his cleanest shirt. Though the collar was frayed, he carried Lily with him, unsure if children were allowed in such offices, but with no one else to help. The skyscraper loomed above him, its glass walls reflecting the city sky. Inside, the receptionist looked uncertain when Daniel explained, but a quick phone call later, she waved him through. He entered a spacious office with panoramic views. Ethan stood by the window, hands in his pockets. "You came," Ethan said, turning. "I didn't really have a choice," Daniel admitted with a nervous laugh. "Good. That's how I built this company, by not giving myself a choice to quit." Ethan gestured to a seat. "Sit." Daniel sat, holding Lily on his lap. Ethan's eyes softened again at the sight of her. "You remind me of someone I knew," Ethan said quietly. "I lost my wife and daughter in an accident 5 years ago. I buried myself in work and it made me rich but not whole. People call me lonely because, well, they're right." Daniel blinked. I'm sorry. I didn't know." Ethan shrugged slightly. "You couldn't have. But that's why I noticed you yesterday. You fight for your child the way I wish I still could." He leaned forward. "I want to offer you a job. Flexible hours, decent pay, and access to on-site childcare. It's not charity, it's because I think you'll work harder than anyone I've met." Daniel's breath caught. "You mean that?" "Absolutely. Start tomorrow." Tears blurred Daniel's vision. He whispered, "Thank you. You have no idea what this means." "Oh, I think I do," Ethan said softly. Over the weeks that followed, Daniel proved himself. He worked diligently, often staying late after Lily was asleep in the daycare downstairs. His co-workers were skeptical at first, whispering about the boss's pet project, but they couldn't ignore his drive, his attention to detail, his humility. Ethan often watched from a distance, his own loneliness easing as he saw the bond between father and daughter. Sometimes he'd join them for lunch, Lily giggling as he made silly faces. Slowly, the billionaire and the broke single dad built something rare, a ID, friendship born from pain but sustained by hope. Months passed. Daniel moved into a better apartment. Lily grew healthier and happier. And for the first time, Daniel felt like a good father. One evening, as he left the office, he stopped at Ethan's door. "You saved us," he said simply. Ethan shook his head. "No, Daniel. You saved yourself. I just gave you a chance." Daniel smiled, holding Lily close. "Then I'll never waste it." Ethan watched them go, the echo of his own lost family stirring in his chest. For the first time in years, he felt less lonely. Maybe helping Daniel wasn't just about giving him diapers or a job. It was about rediscovering the humanity he thought he'd lost. And so, in a brightly lit grocery store on an ordinary day, two broken men, one drowning in poverty, the other in loneliness, had found the beginning of something extraordinary.